Well, good morning, everyone. How's everybody? This is fantastic, isn't it? Yes. Well, before I met Andrea and Josiah, I was just planning to do the usual spiel, but I want you guys to come up here. Look at this. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. And I'll buy some of your hair later on. But you guys are fabulous. I just wanted everyone to meet you and just to, once again, let everybody know why we're here. This is why we're here. For a good, healthy start for Mom and little Josiah and many more. So thank you very much for being here. And Andrea will be speaking a little bit later. So my name is Dan Martindale, and I'm the Public Health Director. Again, I welcome everyone. We truly want to thank you for celebrating the Southeast Colorado Springs WIC Clinic. Little secret. We actually had a soft opening about 2 weeks ago, so we've already been seeing clients down here, right, staff? Yes, and we've started to actually see not only current staff or current clients, but also new clients. Now that there's easier access here because of this building and because of so many people that we've partnered with that you'll get to recognize here in a moment. So what is WIC? I think most people know here, but for those of you that don't, it's the Women, Infants, and Children program. The goal is basically to keep and hopefully assist pregnant women, breastfeeding women, and children under the age of 5 to have a healthy start in their new life and as a mother. It offers personalized nutrition consultation, and it also offers breastfeeding education. I believe we have a breast pump loan program that is definitely needed. No cost, healthy food, which is very important. And then on top of that are the referrals for all the clients as it relates to healthcare, insurance, housing, a myriad of things that our staff talk to our clients about that will further assist them as their clients of El Paso County Public Health WIC. Currently, overall in the county, we have just under 14,000 clients. That's a lot of folks. Here in this clinic, we currently have 4 educators, WIC educators, who have a caseload of about 500 apiece. And that's only going to grow. So our hope is that in time, once we get situated down in this building, that we will actually expand to additional educators coming down here to this clinic. This project has taken nearly a year to complete, and it certainly wouldn't be possible without all the community partners that have been involved with us throughout this year. The total amount of money, and I had told a couple people, boy, I wish we had some pictures of before and after what this place looked like. No offense, Dr. Spencer, but Pitt comes to mind. So anyway, nearly $300,000 has been spent in renovating this building. And thanks to all the community partners, it's finally come to fruition. But before I recognize those partners that I've just mentioned, I would like to recognize some staff. And if you guys would oblige me, I'd like the staff, when I call your name, just to come up here, please, just so folks can see your lovely faces and give you a round of applause after everyone has come up here. So I would like to call Shannon Neely. Shannon, come on up. Now, Shannon is responsible for the operations for the health department at CSC, but also she was the main person here working with the contractors, making sure things were getting done, negotiating, handling conflict with contractors and all that sort of stuff. So this could not have been done without Shannon. Shannon, we really appreciate that. Please stay here. Is Mark Wilsey here? Mark is also the other side with Harrison School District 2, and Mark and Shannon worked very closely together, making sure that everything was on target through negotiations. What will Harrison School District pay for? What will the health department pay for? All those sorts of things. So let's give Mark a round, even if he's not here. Mina Lieber, come on up here. Mina, come on up here. So Mina is our public health planner, and Mina actually was, I would say, a large catalyst in getting this whole thing going, because I believe you had the first 1 or 2 meetings with Dr. Spencer to start the ball rolling. And Mina does so many more things for the health department, but she has been instrumental in getting the ball rolling, and it's all about those relationships that we build. And there was a good one here, and that's why we're here today. Kelly Vivian, yay! Kelly is our Development and Strategic Initiatives Officer, and she actually oversees our planners. But Kelly, as I'm sure some of you already know in the audience, she is the master at fundraising and finding money for the health department and programs like this. She did a lot of work with some of the partners that I'll mention here shortly. But we thank you, Kelly, for all your hard work. Brenda Heimbach, come on. Brenda, too, has been in the front of everything here during the course of the year in terms of negotiations, budgeting, all those sorts of things. Brenda is our Health Services Division Director, under which the WIC program resides. So thank you, Brenda, for all your work. Cheryl Catterson, wheel on down here. Are you here? You know what? Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
That's right here.
Cheryl Catterson, too, has been involved since the get-go. Cheryl is our program manager over all of our WIC programs, now this edition as well. So thank you, Cheryl, for all your hard work that you've been involved with to bring this to fruition. Thank you. Kate Cornland. Kate is a registered dietitian. She did a lot of work kind of on the end of things, I believe, in terms of getting this building ready, getting things set up. Like I said, we had the soft opening to make sure it was ready for clients, et cetera. I think you were responsible for furniture and wall hangings and getting everything situated and coordinated for your staff. And so Kate, I guess, is the big boss down here, right? You'll be overseeing this clinic. So Kate, thanks for all your work. And I'm sure I am just so thrilled about this. And that's all I can say. Joyce Salazar. Joyce, come here. And Joyce is our community outreach coordinator. Joyce actually has an office down here. And Joyce is kind of connected to both places. Some of you are familiar with the RISE Coalition. 15 months ago, we received some planning money from the El Pomar Foundation. And now with moving forward with this clinic, Joyce will be down here. She'll be doing some coordination in terms of utilization of some of our meeting rooms for community partners and coordinating some of the RISE activities moving forward from this building. So thank you, Joyce, for all of your hard work. Last but not least, Danielle Aller. Are you here? Oh, there you are. And I'd like Michelle Hewitt and Mabel Cooper to come up here too. Come on, come on. Come on. So if you want to thank someone for the success for not only the signage and the communication back and forth and the reason you're here because you found out about this, and also today's event, our opening. Danielle and her staff really worked hard on this. Danielle, Michelle, and Maeve, I know you weren't that involved so much, but but you kind of tie up some loose ends when needed, and you're taking pictures today. So there you go. So if you could just give one more round of applause for our staff. All right, you may go. Thank you. So now I really want to just briefly mention our partners that have been involved since the get-go. Certainly without Harrison School District 2, we would not have the opportunity to even look into this building. Like I mentioned, there's been a lot of back and forth and negotiation, et cetera. But thanks to Harrison School District 2 and Dr. Spencer, we thank you tremendously for allowing us to put our WIC clinic here. I think it's really going to be a great asset for Southeast Colorado Springs. Oh, yes, and there's that. He's making us pay $1 a year rent for this building. But they also, yes. Huh? Yeah, $1 a month. So they've also put a great deal of time and effort, their staff, and funding as well. So we thank you very much, Dr. Spencer. The state WIC program, CDPHE. Abby and Aaron, would you stand, please? Yes, let's. We have also received funding from State WIC, and we greatly appreciate you being here today. I think we have a great partnership, and I know and I hope that you're very impressed with this new building and what we're going to be able to accomplish for our clients. And then Vicki Brorman, I need to mention you too. Vicki, come here for just a second, would you? Vicki, come here. Vicki is a member of our Board of Health. It's probably been a couple of years ago, and Vicki suggested that we actually go up and have some conflict with the state WIC people. You remember that? You were at that meeting. Conversation. I'm sorry. Conversation. And I think that I was thinking about that today. That kind of maybe got the ball rolling because you were concerned about resources, capacity of our growing population and the need for our WIC clients. And we went up there, and I think the end result of that was getting some additional funding that we had, but it allowed us to build even a stronger relationship with State WIC. So I thank you for bringing that forward.
Thank you for your direction.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you. Then there's the Pikes Peak Library District. I don't know if we've got a representative from Pikes Peak Library District here. They have donated and will give some toys, some wall-mounted toys to pacify the children as mom is meeting, and then they're called in to the meeting. But you know that those things that with the balls and anyway, it's a pacifier on a wall. So we thank Pikes Peak Library District, Colorado Health Foundation, and I don't know, do we have anyone from Colorado Health Foundation here? Okay, but they also came through with funding for us to make this a reality. So we thank the Colorado Health Foundation, the El Pomar Foundation. Now, they weren't directly necessarily involved with this project, but they kind of got the whole ball rolling about 15 months ago when they gave the health department and the RISE Coalition some planning money of $50,000. That coalition has been meeting ever since. And really what that is a resident-led coalition that actually comes up with what they feel needs to be addressed in Southeast Colorado Springs, whether it be better access to services, whether it be jobs, whether it be access to health care, better communication with schools, all those sorts of things. So that's been going strong now. And that seed money may lead to additional money, even up to $1 million. So as we move forward, we are definitely, hopefully, making some inroads here in Southeast Colorado Springs. And then finally, I want to thank our El Paso County Board of Health, of whom we have 3 of our members up here. Kari Kilroy is the president of our Board of Health, Commissioner and Board of Health, Longinos Gonzalez, and your District 5 Commissioner and Board of Health member, Peggy Littleton. So let's give them a round of applause. So, with that said, what I'd like to do is call our very important people up here because they wish to make some comments about the WIC program, this building, Southeast Colorado Springs, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, I will call Kari. Come on up.
Height difference, yes. Good morning. Thank you all for coming out this morning. Most people don't know this about me, but as a young girl growing up in La Junta, my family received WIC benefits for a time. My mother was an elementary school teacher, and she worked very hard to support us. She would tutor students on the weekends and in the summers to bring in, some extra money. But there were 4 of us kids. And our father tried too, but for various reasons, he wasn't often gainfully employed. So this opening brings me personal joy because I know there are other families like mine. Families who do the very best they can, but sometimes it just isn't enough. This location will provide much needed access to good nutrition and other prevention services for women and children in the southeast part of our county, and will eventually house other resources for these community members. The El Paso County Board of Health approved investing $250,000 in this important project, a $250,000 investment in improved prevention and health education access for this area. The board, Public Health Director Dan Martindale, and the county health staff are all committed to improving the quality of life for this community and for all citizens of El Paso County. Thank you again for being here this morning. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm actually going to turn the mic over to County Commissioner and fellow board member Longinos Gonzalez.
Good morning and welcome to everybody for coming out. I'm just so happy. This is one of those things that really makes me smile when we can do things like this as a community and as a government, helping everybody come together to something that we all believe in. So my district, District 4, comes to the southeast part of the Springs, but ends in off of Academy and Fountain. So we're just outside of that. But a lot of people know that I'm a school teacher in District 2. So again, I wanted to thank District 2 for all their strong effort and their work here and living in the southeast part of the Springs. For me, I got to hear people who come to me before I got elected and then afterwards about we need access to service. And it was a key component because as a teacher, I understand when we have children, we need strong, healthy children that are ready to learn. And we all get together behind families and children. And that's something that we can all appreciate, love, and support. And so I'm so very happy that this is a great demonstration of what happens when a community and communities come together. Rise Coalition, thank you very much for all the efforts that have come out in the last 15 months that help bring this together. And when a community comes together and when leadership listens, we can do great things. And I'm just so happy for this. This is a wonderful, great event. I thank Public Health, Board of Health, and the county, and all the community leaders and people present here who made this happen, and all the families and mothers and the children that we're going to get to work with. So God bless and thank you for coming out. Thank you, Dan. Great job.
Next we have Commissioner Peggy Littleton. Peggy.
I have to move it down even further. Maybe I'll just hold it. Well, like Kari, I have my own personal story with WIC. And I think it's delightful. I wanted to just give you a little bit of information that you can, in case you don't know about WIC. Each one of the women and children that are on WIC do receive this little WIC card. And it is loaded with a certain amount of money depending upon the need of the family, depending on what level that they're in, whether they're just a pregnant mom or whether they're a mom who's lactating and nursing her children or not nursing her children, if she's a mother who's already given birth, she goes off, but her children will continue to stay on for as long as necessary up to the age of 5. I love the fact that WIC provides the opportunity for women to get healthy food for themselves and their children. They can get dairy products, they can get grains, fruits and vegetables, but they can't go get the junk. They can't go get candy. They can't go get chips. And so we know that this funding goes to provide something that's going to be very nutritious for our families. And I thank Kate for being, where did Kate go? I just saw her walk out. Oh, there she is. Just saw her walk out. So she's the dietitian that's here that really helps people learn how to eat healthy. So my own personal story with WIC, I was a young mother with 3 children, and my youngest was, they were very close together. So I think they were, 4, 3, and 2. And we were transitioning from jobs. My husband was transitioning between them. And so I want you to know that this really crosses all economic levels. I have a former husband who was a CPA JD. I was not working at the time because it just didn't make sense for us to have daycare for 3 kids and me be out working. And I wanted to be at home with my kids. And so for a short period of time, for 6 months, my family, I went on WIC. And because you know what? That's what social programs are for. Social programs are those gap measures where you can go on them when it's necessary, you need them. And then after 6 or 7 months, we got off of it because you know what? We got a job, we got stable again, and we were able to do that. So with public, private, and faith-based partnerships, the 3 Ps, we can put together opportunities for families that are needing extra assistance, for families that are really needing just a hand up and not necessarily a hand out for life, right? And so I think WIC is a wonderful program. And from my own personal experience, it was just an opportunity to really have those partners come alongside to stand in the gap when our family needed it. So thank you guys. You guys are going to have a great clinic here. I appreciate you being down here in the south part of my district because we've got a bus line that goes straight to here. We can have our military partners. I know we have military partners here today. Where did my military friend go? Did she leave already? Oh, there she is. Okay, stand up. Okay. So we can have folks from Fort Carson come. And so it's a really ideal place to have a WIC office where people don't have to get on the bus line, go all the way downtown, do the transfer, go out to Garden of the Gods. What a fantastic opportunity to collaborate and provide services down in this area.
Next, we have Colorado Springs City Councilwoman. Yes.
Oh, Lucy, where's the mic? May I hold it? I like to be with people. Good morning, everyone, and bienvenidos to our neighborhood here in District 4. I live just like a mile from here. I am so excited, but I want you to know that things were going on behind the scenes for several years now. There is an amazing woman sitting in the audience who went to talk to Dr. Spencer about getting a room for the community. And he was like, I don't know, because he didn't want his kids to be used in a certain way. Well, she finally talked him into it. And then she said, well, he wanted to give her a building. At the time, she didn't need a building. But then WIC came along and she decided, okay, we could use a building. And I want you to meet this amazing woman who is now a District 2 board member. Her name is Jeannie Orozco. Sometimes we do not look at those unsung heroes who have been on the ground for years and years working for the community and working for it together. So I am so excited. Puma is extremely excited, as you can see, to be here. I've been in this area for 50 years. And when the Rise Coalition was going to start up, Mina was working that together. She was putting it together, Mina Liebert, and we did Leadership Pike Speak together in 2015. I was like, oh, wow, I need to be a resident leader. I just have to be, because I have things to say and I've got things to do. And so I became one of the resident leaders along with Joyce Salazar and with Jeannie Orozco. And the whole idea was for us to figure out what it is we want from within to go out. A lot of people come into the community and tell us what we need to do. It's kind of like a salvation thing. We're like, no, we know what we want. We know what we need. And one of the things we need is accessibility. It's got to be accessible. And this is so great because we are among the transportation areas, but we need to keep growing in accessibility. We tend to build our cities around cars and not people. So this is an example of building and creating services around people. So this is a great community effort. I thank everybody, the county. It's been a beautiful part being with the city and the other partnerships that were involved. So thank you all, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys have a great time here.
I can hold it. Sure, I can continue the trend here. So good morning to everyone, and just thank you again for joining us this morning. I'd first like to just say thank you to the Board of Education for Harrison School District 2, because this was a vision that we have had for years. We have been communicating about how we can make this manifest, and we're just glad that it's happening. So to Eileen Gonzalez, Linda Pugh, and Jeannie Orozco, 3 of our board members that are here, Steve Siebert and Jasenia Torres, who is not able to be here with us today, I just say thank you for the leadership that you guys bring. It's partnerships like this that we're able to connect with El Paso County and many other partners throughout our community that really allow us to be able to make the accomplishments that we're able to make. Accomplishments like an 82.4% graduation rate for the past 5 years, being higher than the state of Colorado. So we're pretty happy about that. Accomplishments like graduating 26 of our high schoolers from Pikes Peak Community College with an associate's degree, which is the highest number that Pikes Peak has ever seen from high school scholars since the inception of the college itself. And we're pretty excited about that. Partnerships that bring free breakfast, lunch, and dinner programs for every single one of our scholars that we serve. So it's not a stigma that's attached to those who are receiving a particular service, but just using that service that's going to benefit them and give them the opportunity to get to the next step in life. And that's what we see here. Thank you again to Christine O'Brien, our public information officer. I know I run her crazy, so I'm surprised you still have soles on your shoes, Christine, but thank you for everything that you do. Thank you to our Board of Education. Thank you to our county commissioners, our city councilmen, anybody who has had any affiliation with Harrison School District 2. I just say thank you. If you have not seen the great work that our babies are doing in Harrison School District 2, stop past the school and actually see the work that our babies are able to produce, and you will be absolutely amazed, and you will continue to be a part of opportunities like this and partnerships that will allow our babies to be the best that they can be. So thank you for joining us again.
And Andrea, aka Josiah's mother.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to speak here today, the invitation to. I believe WIC is an essential program in the community. The care and education they give from pregnancy to birth is then on is remarkable. I benefit so much from the program, so has my son Josiah. We had a tumultuous pregnancy, but from day one, I had my heart set on breastfeeding. Due to some complications at birth, I wasn't able to, and I had to supplement with formula. But formula fed or breastfed, I wasn't shamed for doing either. I was given support from my WIC team from day one. I was given vital information and tools to help me to provide the best nutrients I could for my son at that time. I believe the staff went over and beyond for me and Josiah. And just in a short time, we were full on breastfeeding. No more supplementing with formula. That was a very proud day for me. Whatever concerns and worries I had during my breastfeeding journey, I could call either Martha or Kate at the drop of a dime. I fully feel that the staff there truly care about my son and his needs and my needs also. If it was every Friday weight sessions with Kate just to check on my son, making sure that he was making his weight goals, or just a phone call to address concerns I might have during that week, or just the reassurance from Kate saying, "Hey, Mom, you're doing a great job. Keep it up." When I was having doubts, WIC has been so patient and so kind, and I'm so very thankful for this program and the endless benefits it offers to mothers and children in our community today. Thank you.
Well, thank you, all of our presenters. Great words. And again, this is a great project, and it will live on for a long, long time, hopefully. I was remiss, and I wanted to recognize one more person. That's our newest Board of Health member. Doris, would you please stand up? Doris Ralston. Doris has been with us now for several months. She is the executive director of the Osteopathic Foundation as well. She has been in that role for a long time. But before that, she was actually involved in public health out in Carolina, right? Yes. So I wanted to recognize Doris. She's been a great addition to our board as well.